Hi everyone, welcome back to Ask Lampard this week. I'm going to get straight in. First question from Pascal. Why do you love soccer so much? Well, I'd have to say I've loved the game since I was, as long as I can remember. I think I grew up in a footballing family. My father played, my uncle, my cousin. So I loved playing from the minute I had a ball at my feet. So it's actually a dream job for me, so I feel very fortunate that it's become my job. Second question is from Ali Alama, and the question is, what has been the greatest advice anyone has ever given you? Pretty simple, from my dad. I mentioned my dad being a player, an ex-player, and when I was young he just really emphasised the hard work that was needed to become a professional player. Practice, work hard, work on your good things, work particularly on your bad things that you're not so good at. And probably I would say that's the best advice, but I probably learned myself that the advice I would pass on is not just that, but to enjoy it. I think you can get caught up in working hard, it's very important, but you must enjoy the game too. Third question from Matthew. Did you ever think Ranieri could do something like he has with Leicester from your time with him at Chelsea? Quick answer is no, and that's no disrespect to him. I have a huge amount of respect for Claudio Ranieri. He was great for me. He changed my career and life by taking me to Chelsea as manager, and I really enjoyed working with him. He improved my game personally. I don't think any of us could have predicted what happened last year, and it's just made my respect for him go up even higher. I mean, first of all, he's a great man and a really nice character and way about him, but what he did last year at Leicester was probably the biggest story in the history of the Premier League, so I was very happy for him to have won it in the way that he did. The next question is from Hamza El Hazza. Who is your favourite player as a child and as a footballer? And please, can you say my name? Already said. Favourite player as a child was Paul Gascoigne. I think many young midfield players growing up in my era, my age group, would say the same. He was the icon for England in the 1990 kind of era, personality and as a football player. And as a player, my favourite player has been Lionel Messi. I think he's the greatest player of all time, but particularly in my era. And I have to give a mention probably to Didier Drogba and John Terry. I think my two favourite teammates that I played with, we were like brothers, amongst other players there, but Didier and John were massive icons that I respected at Chelsea. From Holly Brooks, apart from the Champions League final, what is the best game you have played in? Really tough question. So many games to think about, particularly in my Chelsea days. I'd have to say, I think there was a 4-4 draw with Liverpool, which all Chelsea fans will remember. It was the Champions League quarter-finals. We won quite comfortably at Anfield. Everybody expected us to go through. Liverpool scored 2 goals in the first half and made it very tough for us, but we went through 4-4, a very competitive time of playing Liverpool very regularly. And I remember that being a very special night, but all Champions League nights at Stamford Bridge were special to me. And as I say, that's a really hard one to answer because not even just at Chelsea, but I've been fortunate enough to play many great games at all my clubs. So that's just one answer. Question from, and it's just an X, so it's at Sarne Sashnal, I don't know. Who's the funniest teammate you've had in your career? Tough, I've had a few. Back when I came through at West Ham, there was a player called John Moncur, who I still know now and keep in touch with. He was hilarious. He used to make me and Rio Ferdinand, we were young players, young pups at the time, and he used to have us in stitches all the time laughing. I've met more at Chelsea. John Terry was the prankster behind the scene, very funny in the medical rooms and the dressing room generally. And here at NYCFC, I'm going to say RJ Allen, funny even when he doesn't know it, would be the simple way to put it. Lucy Buckland, what would you ideally like to achieve in the years you have left as a footballer, both personally and at club level? Easy answer really, Lucy. I just want to win. I want to win here at NYCFC. I'd love us to win the MLS Cup here this year. That's for me in my career, and that's for me personally. You know, I aim to be part of a team and to try and contribute myself. And if we can win something whilst I'm here as a player, I'll be delighted because I think the city and the fans and all my teammates and staff and the club deserve it. Last question is from Andy B. it's quite long-winded. I know Andy, I remember from meeting him in Toronto, and he gave me, well, he had a shirt of mine that I signed, and I've seen it on social media since then. So his question is, does it bother you when supporters ask you for your autograph? The answer is no. You know, sometimes obviously you're busy, you're trying to rush to get into the stadium, or after a game if you've had defeat and you're not feeling quite like it. But I think as a player, you always have to remember that it's a sign that people are respecting you, that they're supporting you. So no, it doesn't bother me. I'm very happy. I'm very thankful for the support I've had throughout my career from all the clubs I've been at, from general fans of the game and anybody. So I always try my best. And if I've missed anybody over the years, then I'm sorry. But when people ask me for my autograph or photo, I always try my best to oblige. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.